Hey guys, thanks for joining me today on this class on imprinting and the neutral spine. I just want to kind of add a note at the beginning of this that that imprint is a little bit more of a visual. Obviously, if you have a lot of flesh or muscle on your tush, then getting your low back to the ground is going to be difficult. The only reason why we imprint is just so that you can activate your glutes and activate your abdominals. If anything feels uncomfortable or not right in your body, please stop, listen to your body, and be gentle with yourself today. And hopefully all that will make a lot more sense in the class. All right, see you on the mat. Thanks. Okay, so we're going to take a deeper dive on what neutral pelvis and core activation mean. We're also going to kind of break down the traditional sit-up, or what we call in Pilates is the 100 prep. It's also part of the roll-up. So what you'll need for that is a towel. I just have let's say like a hand towel that I'm folding up 3 times long ways. You can use this for a couple of different options. You can use this for the back of your head, and that will help you in your roll-up or in your sit-up. You can also use this for your low back if you have a strong curve in your low back and you have a hard time finding imprint. Also, you're gonna need a larger towel. I like a towel that I can roll up. If you have a ball, like a small ball, that can work in place of it, but if not, these 2 things will work. So if you wanna pause the video and go grab those 2 things, I will meet you on your back. So let's meet down on the mat. Okay, so if you're somebody that has that strong low back curve, or what we call the anterior pelvic tilt, you can take your towel and you can just place it underneath that curve. And that way, that when we get into our imprint, or whenever I say, press your low back into the mat, you have a little bit of feedback there. Let's just start by imagining that our pelvis is a clock face. The belly button is the 12 o'clock. The pubic bone is the 6 o'clock. And we're just gonna rock that pelvis back and forth between 6 and 12. And just notice what happens here. When you go back from 6 to 12, that low back imprints into the mat, or it imprints into the towel if that's you. And then when you go from 12 to 6, your low back comes off of the mat. Let's rock back from 6 to 12, low back imprints into the mat. The other thing that happens here is you should be able to shorten your abdominals and engage your abdominals just a little bit more. That is really probably one of 2 large reasons why we do the imprint, right? The other reason is that when we can engage those abdominals, that allows us to help us protect our low back in a lot of our movements. So it's best just not to get into the weeds too much with it. Just know that neutral pelvis is different for everyone. And we're gonna try to find somewhere between that 6 and 12 or that imprint. Okay, so now take your hands down by your side, press your hands into the mat. All I want you to do is rock that pelvis back and forth between 6 and 12. And the next time you go back from 6 to 12, I want you to press that low back into the mat. And I want you to engage your abdominals and just start to inhale your arms overhead. Exhale, lower those arms. Inhale, raise those arms. Exhale, lower. All right, next time that you start to take those arms overhead, let's start to go further overhead, reaching our arms all the way overhead. Notice the moment that the ribs want to flare, they want to pop, and the low back wants to come off of the mat. Just take notice of that moment. Exhale, bring your arms back down by your side. Now I want you to imagine that you have 3 wheels on your body. You have a wheel on the side of your pelvis, you have a wheel on the side of your rib cage, you have a wheel on the side of your ear. You're going to curl that pelvic wheel back. That's the same thing as rocking your pelvis back from 6 to 12. Take your arms up. You're going to inhale your arms overhead. Exhale, start to bring your arms back. When your arms become up to 90, I want you to curl the ear wheel and then curl the rib cage wheel while keeping the pelvic wheel curled back. And then you'll just reverse that while keeping that pelvic curl wheel back. You'll just reverse that rib cage wheel, ear wheel sets down. Then you'll do that again. You curl the ear wheel and then the rib cage wheel, and then reverse. All right, let's do that one more time. Ear wheel, rib cage wheel, and then curl up. Okay, so I would like for you to take your towel that you were maybe using for your low back, and I want you to place that towel behind your head. Now, thinking about those wheels again, let's curl that pelvic wheel back. I want you to take your towel, bring it into each hand. Your elbows are going to be pulled into your peripheral and your shoulder blades are going to be back and down. From here, you're going to curl your ear wheel. This should be so much easier now. And then your rib cage wheel. And then you're going to curl that back down. And again. And just one more time here. You're welcome to use a towel anytime you want to, especially in the beginning. And then let's curl down. One thing that a lot of people will do, and somewhere along the way, we thought that our sit-ups had to be really terrible in the neck. They don't have to be. So another way that you can say this is that you're raising your head from that rib cage wheel. So you're just nodding your head, tucking your chin to get that part of it down, and then you're lifting from your rib cage. And then at the top, you can take your hands behind your head and your elbows will be in your peripheral, and then you're going to lower down, and then you're going to raise back up. And then again. Okay, so now you can keep this handy if you'd like. I'm going to set it over to the side. I want you to take your larger towel or your ball, and I want you to place that between your legs, preferably between your knees. If you need a little bit more space, then you can fold it even more or grab a larger towel. This one's kind of small. So what I want you to do here is I want you to take your hands down by your side. We're going to connect our pelvic floor and our inner thighs to what we've just found in our abdominals. So I want you to curl that pelvic wheel back or rock that pelvis back from 6 to 12, whichever one of those visuals helps you the most. I want you to take an inhale and an exhale. On that exhale, notice at the bottom of that exhale how the belly button goes in and up. Inhale again. Exhale, at the bottom of that exhale, find that belly button in and up. And one more time. All right, so now you've got your towel. At the bottom of that exhale, when you find that belly button in and up, I want you to give that towel or ball just a gentle squeeze. And notice how you can go just a little bit deeper into your core. So find that now. Take an inhale, exhale, feel those the rib cage come in, the belly button go in and up, and then gentle squeeze on your towel. Just notice how everything gets really small. This is your internal corset. This is what helps protect your low back. Inhale, release. Exhale, find the rib cage. belly button, and inner thighs. And then inhale, release. It's just as important to release it as it is to find it. We don't want to be overly gripping anything. All right, let's take our hands up. We're going to put all those together. You're welcome to use your towel here. I'm not going to. Take your hands up. I want you to take a big inhale. Exhale, find your rib cage coming in. Your belly button in and up. And squeeze those inseams together to find that pelvic floor. That's your 1, 2, 3. All right, inhale. Exhale, nod the head, tuck the chin, curl up. That's your ear wheel. Rib cage comes in, belly button in and up. Give that towel a gentle squeeze, and then meet me here at the top. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze on that towel. Inhale down, maintaining a little bit of that integrity in the low abdominals. Exhale, curl up. And again. And one more time here. All right, lower down, take your towel, set it over to the side. We're gonna return back to that pelvic clock. Take your hands down by your side. I want you just to tilt that pelvis back and forth between the 6 and the 12. This time when you curl up from 6 to 12, we're gonna keep curling up one vertebra at a time into our glute bridge. And then starting with that vertebra right behind the rib cage, we're gonna curl down one vertebra at a time. And then again, curl up. And curl down. All right, pull your knees into your chest and just circle your legs around. And I hope that this was helpful. Hopefully it kind of clarifies a couple of things in what we consider neutral pelvis or engaged abdominals. And all right, guys, I have no idea why I ended the class like that, but sometimes it's like that. So anyway, I'd just like to say thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope that that clarified something. I hope that you feel better, and just put that into practice in some of the other videos. And I look forward to seeing you again. Thanks.